Hey everybody, so for today's video, I am going to do a sunset smoky eye. I used a lot of browns and orange and purple, and then I really smoked it out with some black and some brown, and this just turned out really beautiful. I hope that it's something that will be useful to you guys and something fun for you to try out in the future, especially if you have a very special event to go to. This is a perfect look. You can swap out some of the colors depending on what a dress might hold, but it is just perfect for an evening look. And I hope you guys enjoy. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please leave me a comment below when you get finished watching. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Like this video if you want to see more content like it. I would love to make another video doing a green smoky eye or a blue smoky eye or even a pink. This is just a great go-to smoky eye that will go with just about anything and any skin tone. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye! You guys will have to excuse my background. I am renovating this room out, and it's going to be my studio and makeup and kind of get ready area. And it is currently under construction, as you can see. We used to have a bed here, and I am going to have a vanity on this side of the room, and behind me I believe will be like a seating area. And where I am sitting at right now is going to be my desk, and this is going to be my desk chair that will be there. And on this side of the room, it will be my chest of drawers and my get ready area, if you will. I will give you guys a full tour whenever everything is built. I just got a lot of my items in just last week, and I have this week off, and I will be putting everything together and try to get the room set up for you guys and hopefully show you it in about 2 weeks maybe. But I'm super excited and I cannot wait to show you guys the end result. So now back onto our evening glam makeup look. I just wanted to kind of have like a nice sultry, beautiful, pretty, like classic color. And purple is very easy for a lot of people to wear. It goes with every skin tone. I cannot think of a single person who can't wear it. It goes with brunette, red, blonde, dark skin, light skin. Pretty much the vast majority of people can wear a purple smoky evening eye. The easiest, most versatile look, and anybody can wear it, anybody can do it. I wanted to do a nice, looks intricate kind of smoky eye and do it in a way that other people could follow and do without having to pay $50 and $75 and even more for their makeup to be done by a professional when you can do it just as well yourself. For my primer, I'm gonna go in with the Cover FX Water Cloud Primer, and I'm just gonna take that on my fingers and rub and kind of press it into the areas that I feel like I need it the most. I also have been sick the last week, and that is why my face is broken out. And generally I do have red skin. I have self-diagnosed rosacea, but I do have red skin, and that's always been kind of an issue for me. But breakouts have not been a problem that I've had for probably a few years. I just haven't had a ton of breakouts that I have to worry about. And this last week when I was sick, it really did me in, and my skin has been a mess. You can see a lot on my chin and up onto the side of my face, but you just gotta deal with it. Life throws that kind of stuff at you, so we're gonna go and do our best to cover it up and still look very elegant in our evening look. So something I have wanted to try for this evening look is to put my under eye concealer on before I go in with my foundation, especially because the color that I have picked, since as you all know, my little wand broke on my last concealer, and so I got a different one and I wanted to try something new, and I got the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless Concealer. And this is a beautiful concealer. However, I did get a good bit too light for my skin, especially since I've started to tan and color a little bit in the summer. And so I'm going to mix it with a tiny little sample of the Naked Skin Weightless Concealer in medium light. since my Smashbox is in fair light neutral. That way that it won't look too stark under my eyes and a little too brightening, if that's even really a thing. So I'm just gonna take this and go under my eye and onto my forehead, down my nose, and then a good bit on my chin, since that is where my problem area is right now. And then I'm gonna go in with this Naked Skin color, and I am just going to put a few swipes on my face in the middle of these previous swipes. And I'm going to go in with my damp beauty sponge and just blend it out. Okay, for my foundation, we're gonna go in with True Match Lumi in the shade N1-2. This may actually be a little bit too light for me, but I wanted to make sure my face was very bright and that I could really darken it with a bronzer and with good contour for this evening look. That way it looks a little sharper, and yet still my face is warm because of the bronzer that I'll be wearing. Now I'm going to set my face and my under eye with my Laura Mercier powder. And I am just gonna take this on a very fat brush all over my face. And I wanna make sure that I pat so that I'm not dragging the product that I just put on my face, the foundation, all over, and I'm not smearing it or changing how I've laid it. And taking my wet beauty sponge, I am just going to put a bunch of the setting powder product on, and then I am going to go in and really put that on the face to sculpt out where my contour will go. Now that I have my face set and baking, I am going to move on to the eyes while I have this under my eye, just so that if there's any fallout, I can go ahead and just brush that off. And then we will finish up on the face and our look will be finished. Okay, so for this part, I think I'm going to try to zoom you in. Okay, so I am going to go all over the lid with a shade of brown that's kind of a little bit more fair and light, just to kind of give a good base for my color that I'm gonna put on the rest of my eye, and we will go from there. So I am in the Morphe 25B palette, and I will be taking the color right here out of this palette and just putting it all over the lid. I am using a Morphe E27 brush, and I'm just going to put that powder all over it. And I want to make sure that I take this color up so that there is no stark line between the purple that will be on my eye and the white or highlighted area that I will have at my brow bone. I wanted to take a slightly bright pink kind of color and take it and put it just in my crease. You probably won't really see it, but I wanted it to have like a pinkish vibe undertone, and then to go in with a very smoky purple eye after, and just kind of to give it that extra oomph and vavoom and pop. So I am going to go into the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I am in the Ring the Alarm palette, and I'm going to take this red shade, and it's got a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. It's actually more of like a sheen than a shimmer. And so I'm going to take that on an E17 Morphe brush. I want to make sure it's super precise and just falls in my crease. And I'm going to put some color onto my eyes, and then I will be taking it in windshield wiper motions on my eyelid. And I am taking this just a little bit higher as I move out of my eye and a little bit into my crease, and making sure I'm staying tight there on the inside part of my eye, just to kind of like blow out that color and really get the best full effect. Okay, so staying in that same Ring the Alarm palette from Jaclyn Hill, I am going to go in with Framed. And the reason I am choosing this is because it is on the same palette as the red color, and I want to make sure that their colors were intended to go together so that it is a more seamless blend. I'm going to take the same E17 brush. I have just wiped off the tip. I have not cleaned it. And I'm going to take this that I used the red on and put it in with the purple, keeping it a lot more close to the lid and then dragging it out kind of in the same way. But I do want to leave just a hint of that red color on my eyelid. Now we're going to move on to the lid and to really getting that smoky vibe, that dark, deep color. I just wanted to make sure we were nice and blown out and bright still on the top so that your eyes don't look so hooded and so closed. We're going to go to the Bling Boss palette, and I am going to go into the color Mystic here. And I want to make sure that this is really nice and dark now and really looking sultry and evening wear on the lid. so now that we have put that dark color on the lid, I am going to go in with a black and a brown. And the colors that I've decided to use are also in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And it is going to be her Mojo and Temptress. So I'm going to take the exact same E17 brush. See, you don't have to have a ton of brushes to do a good eye look. I'm going to take the E17 and I am just hardly stippling that onto there to get a little bit of product, and I'm going to use that to smoke out the eye and to really darken it and draw it out. I am going to take the Temptress on a Morphe E36 brush. It is a very close point, and I want to make sure that I get a really tight line to my eyelashes. And I'm not going to draw it in all the way, of course, because we want to leave that palette a little bit more blank for the shimmers and the glitters that we're going to put on. But I want to really make it look like my eyeliner is blown out on the top of my eyeline, and then I will actually go in with an eyeliner as well to darken it even further and to give it that really sleek look. Now I am going to focus on the under eye before I pack on my glitter, and I am going to go in with the very first foundation color that I put onto my eyes on the Morphe E18 brush, the original color that I started with. This is I guess like a blowing out brush, not really sure what to call that, but this is just gonna take that color under the eye and really blend it in with my eye look, because you don't want, when you do a smoky eye, you don't want for the bottom eyelid to be bare. Your color won't look good, it won't look seamless on your face, so you want to make sure that your eyes are equal and balanced in color. So I'm just going to go back in with that starter color and just really focus it under the eye and try and seamlessly blend the smoky eye on my lid with my underneath eye. So now we are going to go in with the same E18 brush and take Framed that we used earlier after the red shade and just blow out that bottom lid again as well. Being sure to concentrate on the outer edges of the eye to blow out the smoky look. Now going in with a Morphe M213 brush, I am going to take the Mojo color and really kind of pack it in. I did want to use this brush because it's a little bit fluffy, just a little bit, so that it's not such a tight line, but it will still kind of blow it out and keep it from looking so stark under my eye. And I'm gonna go in with this and just blend it onto my under eye. And again, I want to make sure that I keep it towards the outside of the eye and don't draw it in too much. Okay, so now that I have finished that part of my eye for the matte colors, I want to go in with a shimmer. On the Morphe M224 brush, I am going to put this shimmer. It's like the middle pan in the Kathleen Lights Morphe palette. And I am going to put that onto my brush, and then I'm going to spray a little bit of a setting spray onto the brush after I have the color on it, just to give it that good metallic sheen. And the only setting spray that I have right now is my Tatcha Dewy Luminous Skin Mist, so I am going to spritz that on there and pack it all over my lid. And of course, I am going to focus this into the inner corner and to the middle, and just put that, pack it down all into the lid, keeping it below my crease. And I wanted this to like give that nice, almost skin-toned shimmer look to my eye, just to keep it looking as natural as it can. So because I want a very metallic eye, I am going to go in with a little bit of Power Cut from the Dark Magic Jaclyn Hill palette. And it is this very silver shade. And I just want to make sure that I have enough shimmer onto the middle of my eye. I am not going to use much. I'm not going to redampen my brush. I am just going to go in, pat a little bit onto my brush, and then focus it right here onto the middle of my eye. This shimmer is a very cool tone, which is why I did not spray my brush before putting it onto my face. I wanted to make sure it didn't look too much like I have a complete warm tone look and then a cool tone in the middle of my eye, but I did want it to sharpen up the glitter and colors that I used. Now that we have the eye look completed, I have a ton of fallout under my eye, which is why we did our powder under the eye to begin with. And so now I'm going to clean up my under eye. I'm going to zoom you out, bronze the face, use my blush, and we will get this look completed. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M523 brush because it is a lot more accurate, and I'm going to take my Fenty bronzer. I do not have like the Shade and Light palette that I use, but I do want to go in with this and really try and get a fine line onto my face. And I'm gonna go in a little bit heavy with this being an evening look. You want to remember to warm up different parts of your face when you're going to bronze heavily. You don't want to look just bronze on your cheeks and nowhere else. Your face will be very flat and very obvious, and you want to give some good dimension. So don't forget to bronze other places of your face. So then, since I have sculpted out and cut the angles on my face, I am going to go back in with the same color. I actually use India Sun, I didn't read that out earlier. And I'm gonna go on this super fat, like kabuki style, I guess, brush. It is the number 114 and it says Airbrush Essential Bronzer. And it's an It Cosmetics brush. And I am just going to like pack this on and really buff out where I already put the color, just to make sure that it is very strong and very dark. And also what this does is it really makes sure that you don't have any harsh lines and that you look a lot softer. Okay, so we're done with that. And now we're gonna move into blush. And I'm gonna use the Morphe E3 brush for my blush. And because this is an evening look, you don't usually go too heavy on your blush. So I'm gonna go in with the Birthday Suit blush. I felt like this one especially was a lot more appropriate for the soft glow that you would want in an evening look, because you don't want to take away from the eyes, especially if you have put in a lot of work. So I'm just going to softly dust this around onto the apples of the cheeks and just make sure that that color really is subtle and just kind of adds to the face and doesn't take too much attention away from the eyes that you've worked so hard on. Now I am going to go in with an eyeliner, and this is just one from the drugstore. I have no idea what brand it is. I have rubbed off the label off of it, but it's just like a regular stick eyeliner. And so really anything can work. If you want to use gel, you can use gel. If you want to use a pencil, you're welcome to use pencil. It's really whatever your preference is. You just want to make sure you can get like a good dark color onto your eye. So we are going to move on to lashes. I am going to go ahead and do my eyebrows really quickly. I will be darkening these and filling these in more than I usually would. Since this is an evening look, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate makeup, and so strong eyebrows are a strong part of an evening look. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through getting these on. Okay, so now that I have my eyebrows done, I am going to move on to my lashes. So I ended up going with the Ethereal Mini. They're like super full and they just look so pretty. So, okay, I am going to take a little bit of mascara just to combine my lashes with the falsies and just kind of mold them together so that there's no clear separation. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlight onto my face with the Morphe M510 brush and just put a little bit of this on my nose, on the tops of my cheeks. A little bit on my chin, and I'm going to do just a light dusting above my brow bone and in the center of my head without going back in. Okay, so for lip color, I want to stay very neutral and natural just so that it does not take away from the sunset smoky eye that I have done. And so I'm going to go in with MAC Blankety. so this look is completed and I love it. I think the new lashes turned out really great, and I think that it is a really great eye look for either an updo or having your hair down. I really like it down with this, but while my hair was up and I was getting ready, I think that it looks perfect for an updo with the beautiful big lashes that just reach all the way to your hairline almost, it seems. And so this is the final smoky eye look. It is very sunsetty, very sultry in my opinion. I think this is a super sexy look and would be great for prom or for an evening gala event where you're gonna wear a beautiful dress and just look and feel beautiful. I'll just give you guys some close-ups of the eye look. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about this look, and if you haven't already, please leave me a comment below. I would love to do more looks like this. It is just such a beautiful go-to and very sultry, and it makes you feel very beautiful. And this was a lot of fun to do, and I look forward to doing the next look for you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Bye.